Are you someone that struggles to prioritize their needs? Are you someone that struggles to say no? If so, I'm going to give you very specific actions that you can take to start developing this habit of prioritizing your needs. The first thing to understand is that everything is a skill. The reason why you are not able to prioritize your needs is because it's not a habit of yours. It's not something that you practice often. Something that you practice a lot or often becomes a habit. So you're just not in the habit of prioritizing your needs. So making that mental shift that is nothing but putting it into practice makes it less about you and makes it less an intrinsic trait that you just can't get rid of or you just can't change. You can change. I want you to feel that association we have to changing ourselves for the better. When we want to change ourselves, it can feel very difficult, it can feel impossible, but all change requires is first the right information. You need the information and you need to know what to do, but just knowing what you need to do, just knowing that you should prioritize your needs, just knowing that you should say no doesn't really change you. It is action. It is going through that discomfort, that difficult feeling, that struggle. Through that struggle, change will occur. So now we're not in the habit of prioritizing ourselves, our needs. So what do we need to do? We need to break that habit. We need to break that cycle of prioritizing the people around us and start prioritizing our needs. The first thing we can do is start prioritizing our body care, because body care is focused towards you. And when I mean body care, I don't always mean skincare and makeup. It's just making sure that you take care of your body, making sure that you're looking fresh, you're smelling fresh, you're wearing nice clothes, you're moisturizing. The issue I found with skincare and makeup is that sometimes it worsens the issue that you have. You can be doing skincare routine and it can make your skin worse. And so when I talk about skincare, when I talk about self-care or body care, I mean just making sure that you look nice, making sure that you smell nice, and focusing more of your attention towards your body. I have a bad habit of neglecting this area. So it's something that I need to work on. And the way that I've been able to implement my attention towards me is by taking foot baths, by doing things that are more related to my body. So that's number one. We can start focusing our energy towards ourselves through body care, through leveling up, just making sure that your attention throughout the day is focused on yourself. Another thing we can do is challenge ourselves by doing things that you don't already do. So for me, I tend to neglect body care. I tend to neglect self-care and body care. And so that is something I should work on, because that takes my attention away from work, away from being productive, which is something that I always want to do. And in doing so, I always neglect body care. So for me, it would be trying to schedule in body care. So whatever it is that you struggle with, that takes away from you focusing on yourself, that is something that you should try implementing and scheduling into your week or your month. The other thing that we can do is visualize prioritizing your needs. Visualize being different to who you are. So if you struggle with confrontation, visualize just confronting someone and feeling those uncomfortable feelings. By visualizing, you're training your brain to feel that discomfort and to prepare yourself, because we need to prepare the brain to be in situations or to be in uncomfortable situations. So if we're not in the habit of doing something, we need to make a conscious effort to apply it once a week, once a month, every day, whatever it is. If it's a habit that's stuck, that has become so glued to your identity and your character, the way that you would detach it from your character and identity is by associating self-neglect with being unkind and not being nice. Ask yourself, have you been nice to yourself today? If you do journaling, you can ask yourself, how nice have you been to yourself today? And regularly check up on yourself and how nice you're being to yourself. Are you speaking to yourself kindly? Are you doing the things that you want to do when you're in social settings and when you're around other people? The reason why we get overwhelmed sometimes by socializing is because we're putting on an act. Most of the time we're playing a character and we can't relax. We can't be ourselves. So we need to learn how to be ourselves with people and in relationships. Start committing to yourself. Start making a conscious decision to choose you over everyone else. It is very hard, especially when you associate it to lack of character, but make a commitment to yourself. The more you choose yourself, the more other people will choose you. You train people how to treat you. And so if you prioritize other people, they will prioritize themselves. If you prioritize yourself, people will prioritize you. If you respect yourself, people will respect you. People treat you how you treat yourself. Knowing it is not enough. We can know that people treat us the way we treat ourselves, but it's about how to make the steps towards this change. And the only way that you can do that is by challenging your habit, is by no longer acting on automation. It requires a break in the chain. And you need to break that habit by doing the opposite of what you don't like doing. See it as, this is something that I don't like, that means there's growth there. If you're doing something that you don't like, there's learning and there's growth. Interpret it as something that is needed for change. You can adapt yourself to balance later on, but in this moment, you need to make a habit of doing things that you find uncomfortable. The more you practice being uncomfortable, the more better you'll get at displeasing people, the more you'll be better at not putting too much energy and focus into social validation. The more you practice being disliked, the more you will like yourself. You're practicing people disliking you by hurting them. No, it's just choosing yourself over others. Making sure that you don't neglect yourself. If you neglect yourself, other people are going to neglect you. You can't wait for other people to do the job for you, for other people to rescue you and do all the things that you're not doing. You need to do it. You need to do all the things that you want other people to do. If you want people to speak to you respectfully, you need to speak to yourself respectfully. The way you treat yourself is how other people will treat you. And there might be some areas which are your strengths and some areas that are your weakness. Focus on your weakness. Focus on the things that are difficult for you. And start implementing that and start putting it into your schedule, either weekly or monthly or even daily. Just start practicing it and get in the habit of practicing. If you found it useful, if you found it beneficial, please subscribe to this channel.